Okay, so a lot has happened. Um, I'm about to try to. I'm gonna kind of be everywhere. I'm gonna try to like go in order from where I left off last time. But so uh the last time I was on here, they were in the woods, trying to find the Earth and Heaven scroll. So, um, and also they ran into this snake lady, which I found out is actually a man that can transform his body into like whoever he wants or whatever. So so since then, Sasuke has I was well okay, before I get to that, um see, I can't even remember what happened in which order. So they were all still in the woods. Sakura, Sasuke, and Naruto, and they was about to cook them some fish. They went fishing, and they've been in the at this point they had been in the forest for about 5 days, trying to find the heaven and earth scroll so they can get back to so they can win and get back to where they need to get to so they can go to the next the next part of the exams. So they put the camera on these other two people. I think these two people were from the sand village, and so the main rule was to not open the scroll until you make it back to the destination. And the two guys from the sand village, I think they were from the sand village. Those two guys, they opened the scroll and then they got knocked out. Like they just, went to sleep. And at first I was thinking like, I don't know, did it kill them or something? I was confused. But then they put the camera back on Naruto and Sakura because I can't remember what was going on, but I think they were tired. They had just got through fighting and everything. So Naruto was just like, man, we should go ahead and open the scroll. And Sakura was like, no, that's stupid. We can't open the scroll until we get back to the destination. And Sasuke had gone on, and right when Naruto was about to open the scroll, I was like, I thought he was gonna open it. I did. But I'm not surprised that he didn't. So as soon as he about to open the scroll, Kabuto just pops up out of nowhere. Where you come from? Like, why are you following us? Like, that was my first thought when I saw Kabuto, the guy with the gray hair. So Kabuto was like, and that's when he explained. He was like, if you open this scroll, it knocks you out. Like, it makes you go to sleep until the end of the exams because, you broke the rules. Like, you're not supposed to open it until you get back to the destination. And they was like, oh, okay. So I'm glad he stopped them. And then Sasuke came back and he was just like an intruder. Like, bro, what you doing here? Like, And so when I saw Kabuto was trying to help them, I was like, oh, okay, maybe this is why he never wins. This is like, because I think he's taken the exams like 5 times. I can't remember the exact number. I may be exaggerating, but he's taken the exam so many times. So when I saw him trying to help them, I was like, oh, this is why you never win, because you have a helpful heart. Like, you're just so helpful or whatever. And and so Naruto and them, they only had one scroll at this point, so they needed to find their second scroll. And Kabuto was like, oh, I got both scrolls. And then Sasuke was like, oh, I'll fight you for it. And then I was like, when when Sasuke said that, I was like, bro, he just helped y'all. Like, why are you trying to fight him? But then again, like, this is an exam. Everybody is my enemy. Everybody that's not on my team is my enemy. So I get it. So So they go on into the forest, and then Kabuto was telling them, like, you know, it's a hard obstacle course that we have to pass because people gonna want this scroll. Like, the people who know that we're taking this exam, they gonna try to fight us before we get to our destination with the scrolls. And just like he said, the people popped up, and I think Naruto was able to use one of his jutsus to make it seem like they were there, but they weren't there. They was trying to, like, find the people who was about to stop them. They were trying to, like, draw them out, and they did. And they had a bunch of different, I think it's called the shadow jutsu, when, you know, you got so many different versions of yourself. So it was so many versions of them, and they were trying to tell Naruto, like, bro, stop. Like, you just gonna tire yourself out. You don't know which one is the real person. And Kabuto was like, yeah, you just gonna tire yourself out. Like, and then, because Kabuto was like, the real person may not even be here. And then Naruto was like, well, where the heck is he then? And Kabuto was like, you know, if I'd known that, we wouldn't be here, you know? So anyway, the snake man's name is Orochimaru. So I think this is when he, like I said, I'm kind of going everywhere. I can't really remember when Orochimaru came. So when Orochimaru came, he puts a mark on Sasuke. So I didn't understand the mark. I thought it was gonna kill him, but I'm like, they can't, you know, he too big of a character. I don't think it's gonna kill him, but he did say, Orochimaru did say that Sasuke will be searching for me sooner or later. That's why I put this mark on him. And I was reading some things, and I was trying not to read ahead and spoil anything for myself, but it was basically saying that Orochimaru basically wants to take over Sasuke's body because he sees how cold he is. He sees the village that he's from, and also he knows his brother. I don't know what's going on with Sasuke and his brother, but I assumed his brother was dead, since because I could have sworn I heard somebody say that Sasuke is the last person from his village. So Sasuke got the mark on him, and he's just in so much pain. And Sakura, she's concerned about him. And all the people from I think these were the people from the Sound Village. They came, so like I said, I'm everywhere, so I may be skipping things, but people from the Sound Village had caught up to them somehow, and then this is when we saw what that mark on Sasuke's neck can do. Like, he turned into, like, a freaking Super Saiyan. Like, and I know I'm switching anime, like, that's a term from Dragon Ball Z, and I don't know anything about Dragon Ball Z, but anyway, he turned into, like, this big evil version of Sasuke, and I thought it was because of his Sharingan eyes, but it was actually because of, I found out later that it was actually because of the mark, because Sakura was like, you know, it's like she was scared. Like, later on, she was telling him, or she was talking to him or someone, and she was saying, like, bro, you turned into something I ain't never seen before. Like, he broke that man's arms and everything. Like, it just completely took over his body. So later on, we find out that that mark, if he keep using his powers, that mark is gonna consume him. And I think that's probably how Orochimaru is gonna be able to take over his body, if he's steady using his chakra and stuff. So, okay. Kabuto is two-faced. I feel like Kabuto only signs up for the challenges or for the exams so that he can sell people's information. Like, because when we was first introduced to Kabuto, he was, showing cards on different people, like what they powers do, and stuff like that, which is, I feel like, is cheating. Whatever you want to know about anybody, like he got a card on them, and you can see all their powers and what they can do. So once then I started thinking about it, like, so Kabuto is working for Orochimaru. So Kabuto probably is the reason why they got caught in the forest by Orochimaru, and Orochimaru was able to put the mark on Sasuke. So so yeah, he's secretly working for Orochimaru. But their whole reasoning for working together, I feel like right now, is to get Sasuke, because Orochimaru really wants Sasuke's body. When I first saw Kabuto come up to them in the forest, I just thought I thought he was, being nice, being helpful. I'm like, oh, this is why he never wins. Or this is why he never passes. And then I saw that he's actually, working for Orochimaru. So he probably been watching them the whole time. And, he would probably, because he working for Orochimaru. So, okay, now it's time to fight. Now it's the Chunin exams with everybody fighting. And then as soon as they about to fight, Kabuto drops out. And that's when the teachers or the senseis say, he's taking this exam like 5 times. He's always, he always drops out here, But like I said, I feel like he only does the exam so he can, I don't know, sell people information or something. I don't know. But, okay, so we get to the fights. So Sasuke versus Yori. I thought it was cool that because like I said, every time he try to use chakra, it's gonna backfire on him, and that mark is gonna take over his body more and more. The more that he uses his chakra, and also the Yori guy was taking his chakra from him. So he had like 2 things against him, and the fact that he was still able to win, I thought that was cool. But he was just so worn out and tired after that, and plus that mark was hurting him. Oh yeah, and Sakura was about to tell the teachers, but the teachers already knew that he had the mark on him. They was actually thinking about telling him to forfeit or telling him to get out of the exams, because if that mark takes over his body too much, he can literally kill somebody. Like, that mark is really, really dangerous. And she was about to tell the teachers, and he was like, no, you better not. So he got tired, and their sensei, Kakashi, he took him to this secluded area to seal the mark. And sealing the mark, it seemed like it's nothing permanent. It's just, to help out. So when he sealed the mark, that pretty much knocked him out and, made him sleep. And then Orochimaru had popped up out of nowhere. And now I see his actual face, how he really looks. So Sasuke versus Yori, that was okay. Like, the battle, it wasn't bad. Like I said, it was very impressive to see Sasuke still win and not use any chakra. Okay, so I'm only gonna go over the important battles or fights. Sakura versus Ino, it was a draw. I didn't really like that battle, honestly. It was just so boring. I don't care about their past. Like, honestly, I like Sakura. She's smart, but I'm just ready for her to get up to a higher level of fighting. Like she's more witty than anything. Like just like when she was fighting Ino thought she had her when she took over her body, but she didn't. So I don't know. Sakura needs to step her game up, honestly. Like, bro, you on the team with Sasuke and Naruto. Like, you just need to step your game up. Like that fight was boring. So I just go to the next one. It was a draw. Neither one of them won. Naruto versus Kiba. I actually should say Naruto versus Kiba and Akumaru, the dog. That was so unfair. Like, bro, you have a whole nother thing helping you fight. Like, that should not be fair at all. Because not only do I have to fight your blows, I gotta fight the dog's blows too. Like, and that's why, and that was one of the questions that Naruto asked. He was like, is this even fair? Like, how he got a dog to help him? Like, that's just like I don't know, that just wasn't fair. Like, it's just like you get in a fight in the street, like somebody got a dog with them. It's like, bro, no, put the dog up. It's just me and you, So I thought that was extremely unfair. So, he was getting his butt whooped the first episode because Naruto's fight lasted 2 episodes, I think. And I saw that he was just trying to see all of the moves that Kiba had. He was just trying to see all his moves or whatever. And it was real smart when Kiba had put the smoke around them. And Kiba put the smoke around them, and I knew Naruto was about to do this. This was the smartest thing he did. He made another version of, so it was already, so Kiba made his dog look like him too. So it was 2 Kibas. So, and they were coming at Naruto in the smoke. So when the smoke cleared down, Naruto made himself look like Kiba. And so now there's 3 Kiba. I knew he was going to do this, but I didn't know what was coming next. So Kiba got the strong nose, and he was like, because, he was trying to confuse him, like, which one is my dog and which one is Naruto. And then he knocks out Naruto, which was, because his nose was so strong, he was able to smell that was Naruto. And Naruto got I think it's called the Shadow Jutsu. He got that down pat so good, so well, that he went from looking like Kiba to looking like the dog. And I was like, oh, you knocked out your dog. And then he was like, what? And then, so when he saw that he knocked out his dog, he turned around and thought he was knocking out Naruto, but he actually knocked out his real dog. Man, that was so funny. He knocked that dog, man, that dog was asleep. Man, that was so funny. I was like, wow, that was hilarious. I liked it. That was the best part of Naruto's fight. And then he ended up winning, but that was the highlight of the fight. He just had to outsmart him because, like I said, that was just so dumb for him to be able to use his dog. I did not like that. I'm trying to see if I have anything else to say about the Naruto fight. I think that was pretty much it before I get to this next one. But the next fight, Gaara versus Rock Lee. I was calling Rock Lee Pete in my last video, so I got his name down pat now. It's Rock Lee. So this was a very interesting fight. I was really interested to see who was going to fight Gaara, because we saw in the forest how cold Gaara is, and like how, he's from the sand village, and how the sand just covers him, from any attack. And he killed a guy with his sand in the forest. So, you got his sensei, yelling at him, telling him what to do. Rock Lee's sensei is yelling at him, telling him what to do. And then his sensei was like, I can't remember exactly what he said, but he was basically like, pull out the stops, And then Rock Lee was like, I thought I could only do that when it's, like a life or death type of thing. And he was like, nah, go on and do it. And then Rock Rock Lee had some leg weights on. I was like, what? At first, I thought they were some bombs. I thought he was about to like really just kill Cub, but there were some leg weights, and you know, you put leg weights on. If you walk around with leg weights on all day, every day, you know you're gonna be a lot faster than, or you're gonna be stronger. Your legs are stronger. So man, that man took them leg weights off, and he was gone. You couldn't even see him. He was going so fast. And I don't know. I think his sensei, I can't remember his name. He looked just like Rock Lee. His sensei just really wanted him to win because he was just telling him to do like unthinkable things. Like I can't remember exactly what he asked him to do, but whatever it was he asked him to do, it was fatal. You know, like it was gonna kill Rock Lee and Gaara at the same time. He would beating Gaara up. Like Gaara, he would beat him and that Saiyan up. But I was like, cause I love how they, like, when they say something and everybody just explains everything. And I think it was Kakashi that was like, bro, that's what you just told him to do can be fatal to him. And you know, Rock Lee Sensei was just like, hey, whatever. You know, I was like, okay, so he just want him to win at any cost. And that fight kind of wasn't too fair because Gaara got his butt whooped. Like, seriously, he got his butt whooped. And, but, you know, he was able to, he was like he was literally beating the sand off his face. Like, but then he was like on his last, it looked like he was like on his last breath, Gaara was. And he was able to use his sand to hurt Rock Lee. And I'm like, I don't know. I kind of, that's almost as if, or it's almost like the fight with Kiba and Naruto when Kiba had the dog. You know, you got something extra to help you. Now I understand because it was one guy that was fighting. He had a dummy, and he tricked his person that he was fighting with that dummy to think that was him. Now, that's different because, you know, that dummy didn't do anything. It just tricked you. But, you know, these two people, they have other things to help them win. But, whatever. I feel like Gaara's sand was, you know, a little bit too much. But it wasn't as much as Kiba's dog during Naruto's fight. And yeah, so when Gaara had really hurt Rock Lee, you know, I thought they was expecting him to die. Like oh no, Gaara was about to really hurt. Well, he had already hurt him, but he was about to finish him. And then Rock Lee's sensei had stepped in so that he wouldn't finish him. And it's like, well, bro, you called out a specific something that was fatal that would make him die if he won anyway. So, but I guess he just really, really wanted him to win. And you ain't telling me nothing. That's Rock Lee Sensei is his daddy. Like, they was trying to play with that. Like, I was cleaning up as I was watching it, and Rock Lee Sensei was like, you know, he was like, he didn't say I had feelings for him. He said he had like a certain type of love for him because they was like, why did you get in front of the fight? Like, why did you stop the fight? Or why did you stop Gaara from finishing Rock Lee? Like, you know, you're not supposed to do it. You're not supposed to intervene. And he said something like, I have a certain type of love for him. I can't remember. And then he was like, I was like, he's your son. He looks like you, you know. And then, you know, like, when you think about it, like, Rock Lee is always looking for his approval and everything. So I was like, bro, that's your son. But he was like, that's my student. And I'm like, that's your son. But whatever. I guess I figured that we'll find out later. But we already know that's your son. Because, like, no matter how bad anybody was getting beat up, none of the senseis jumped in. None of them. You know, because it's a fight. It's an exam. Like, why would you, you know, like, because personally, if that was my son or if that was my child getting beat up, I would go out there and stop it too. You know, so I think we're gonna find out later that they father and son. But yeah, the Rock Lee and Gara fight, it was cool. It was cool to see Rock Lee pull out all the stops, especially with them leg. He got me with them leg weights, like he really did. I'm like, what? And I guess like the Rock Lee and Gara fight was so big and so popular that the last fight was the fat guy and somebody from the Sand Village, I think. Either the Sand Village or the Sound Village. Oh, it was the Sound Village. The fat guy and somebody from the Sound Village. That fight was literally over within 2 minutes. Like, after the Rock Lee and Gara fight, they was like, okay, let's just rush through this next fight so we can get through with the exams. Cause that was a big fight. That was probably the best fight out of all of them, honestly. Rock Lee and Gara. Yeah, I really feel like Rock Lee won because he beat the crap out of Gara. You know, but oh yeah, and I think because his sensei stepped in, I think that's what made him lose also. But and then I also noticed that all the senseis, they see themselves in the kids. So now now they just told them that that their next exam is not until another month, which is great because man, these folks, they first off they was in the forest for 5 days, and yeah, they was in the forest for 5 days, and then they had to fight each other. So yeah, they really should be off a couple months. And then Naruto was like, a month? And then the guy was like, I think it was the Hokage. He was like, well, I mean, y'all need some rest for this next thing that's coming up. But I'm kind of like Naruto. Like, I want to get it all done all in one. But, yeah, so they preparing them. Like, I think it's more than a Chunin exam. I think it's more than just being like the next, you know, big ninja. I think they're preparing them for something else, for something bigger. Oh yeah, and Kabuto was trying to Kabuto is he's actually not bad. He probably coded himself too, because he was able to fool Kakashi because he was about to try to kill Sasuke in the hospital, and Kakashi had popped up, and he did some type of jutsu where he made one of the dead bodies. Well, first off, he killed all the dead bodies within a couple minutes. I mean, all the dead bodies. He killed all the guards that were guarding Sasuke within a matter of minutes. And then he did this jutsu to where he made it seem like one of the dead bodies was alive. And then he got away from Kakashi. So that's going to be interesting. Because Orochimaru is really trying to get Sasuke's body. But yeah, I think I wrapped up pretty much everything. I know I keep saying this, but I'm gonna try to do more videos. Like not wait this long because I be forgetting a lot. I be having to write things down. but yeah, so now we about to be in the next phase of the test. Kakashi just introduced Naruto to this guy that's going to help him train for the next part of the test. And Naruto has met him before already. He at the beginning of the season. But yeah, that's where I am now, and I'm gonna try to make more videos when big things come up, so I don't have to I'm not forgetting things, because even though this is a 30-minute video, it was a lot more things that probably happened that I can't even remember. But I really just wanted to touch the big parts, especially those fights. But yep.